Hello, my name is Sheila O'Brien, and I am a communications teacher at Algonquin College's Waterfront campus. And this is the first installment of Communication, the Human Connection, where we will be focusing on body language and how important it is in all aspects of communication. Did you know that body language accounts for over half of the elements of personal communication? Really, it's not what you're saying, it's how you are saying it. Anytime you're speaking face to face with someone else. So, when we're speaking about body language, it's not just the way that we move our body, it comes down to facial expression, tone, voice. All of these things are much more compelling than the actual words that you're saying. So I thought it would be handy to have a list of some positive body language cues. So let's just go through them, and I want you to think about interactions in your life where you felt like positive reception from someone, and think about how their body language was at that time. So the first and extremely important element of body language is the smile. So here we have a little boy. In one image, this little boy is faking a smile. And in the other image, the little boy is giving us a genuine smile. And I'm sure that all of you can tell which smile is fake and which one is real. So the smile on the left is fake, and the smile on the right is genuine. I'm not sure exactly the science behind like the human ability to decode whether or not someone's being genuine or someone's being fake. I have read that when we really smile, we get like creases by our eyes and our head tilts in a certain way that other people are able to pick up on, even if it's subconscious. But this picture proves it all. It's very clear which smile is real. Eye contact. So, in every situation, whether it's a job interview, a first date, or even sitting in a class with someone lecturing in the front of the class, you're going to want to make eye contact. This is the way that we show our interest and our engagement. Now, there are a lot of scientific studies on where the eyes shift when you speak. And I think it's fun to think about it. I don't really know too much about it, but they say when you look to your left, you are truly remembering something. But if you look to your right, you're lying. So I don't know, you can practice this with friends and see if they can tell whether or not you're lying. That'd be a fun activity. Just keep in mind that eye contact, usually another person can like pick up on just the smallest cues in eye contact and decide whether or not you're, again, genuine or being fake. Practice your eye contact. Your posture accounts for a lot when it comes to body language. As you can see in this image, the first woman is slouching Her neck is like curved, her whole spine is curved. Her feet are like pressed together and her nose is pointed toward the ground. This communicates that you are not confident in yourself. It's kind of like sitting fetal position. And apparently, like humans go into fetal position like positions when they feel insecure. Then the second individual here is sitting like stick straight, like almost in a anxious way, like overcompensating for poor posture. This again is unrealistic and it's unnatural, and other people can pick up on, I don't know, the feeling that is being communicated here, which to me looks like anxiety. So first lady looks uncomfortable. Second one looks like extremely anxious or worried about something. Here, the third individual is sitting normally. Her ear is over her shoulder and her pelvis is tipped slightly forward. And she is sitting in a relaxed, calm, yet confident position. This also translates to standing. I've used this image in the case of a job interview where you are invited to sit down. But if you're standing, it would be the same idea. You wouldn't want to slouch while standing, and you wouldn't want to be standing too straight. You'd want more of a relaxed, natural pose where your ears over your shoulder and your feet are slightly spread apart. Mirroring. I don't know how many of you have been out with a significant other and it seems like you're playing like a mocking game where, let's say, you pick up your cup to drink and then the other individual picks up his or her or their cup to drink. And I don't know, it's almost like, are you mocking me or what's happening here? No, that is mirroring. And it's said that when two or more individuals feel at ease with each other or like each other, they mirror each other's body language. So this is a handy trick to know about, because if you notice someone is doing this with you, you can gauge whether or not they actually like you. It also helps you gain accordance when you're in a situation where you might feel nervous. So all of the things I just mentioned kind of combine to this open posture. So this is really important when you're in a new situation and you want to mingle and meet new people. You want to have an open posture. It's inviting to others. It's not intimidating. And it makes you feel like a friendly, relatable person. So the do's of the open posture include an open gaze. So like your eyebrows aren't slanted. You don't have like an angry face on. Your eyes are open, alert, and friendly. You're smiling, which just makes you even more approachable. Your palms are facing out. This shows that you're not lying or trying to cover anything up. Your posture is great. You're standing straight, but not too straight. Your hands are just naturally hanging at your sides, and your feet are anywhere from 6 to 8 inches apart. So if you're in a crowd of people and you want to be approached, this is really how you should be standing. Also, you can tell who else would like to be approached if they're standing in a similar way. Now that we know the positive body language cues, let's have a look at some negative body language cues. First off, especially in a job interview, this is something you wouldn't want to do, which is touching your face or your hair. There are a lot of studies that suggest that anytime you're touching your nose, your chin, your eyebrow, you're communicating the fact that either you're hiding something, you're lying, or you're insecure. So the first individual looks like guilty or like they're holding back information that they don't want you to know about. And then in the second image here, the girl is pulling her ear. And it's like, ooh, what I'm getting from this image is that she's perhaps heard something bad about whoever she's talking to, and this is her look. These things convey insecurity and are not advisable. Crossing your arms is the international symbol of get away from me. Anytime you see somebody crossing their arms, unless it's very cold and they're trying to keep themselves warm, you know that they are not wanting to be approached. This is a bouncer from, I'm guessing, a nightclub that I found online. And just like that stance, he doesn't have to say a word. We know by that stance with his arms crossed, the sunglasses on to shade his appearance, and the lack of a smile, this man does not want to be approached. In a job interview scenario, even when you're sitting in a classroom and the teacher's looking out at students, if you're sitting there with your arms crossed, you look like, I don't know, you don't, number one, you don't want to be there. And number two, you're aggressive and you're ready to pick a fight. It's just not communicating what you would want to be communicating, especially in a job interview. I know people who hire a lot of other individuals for a living, they watch for body language like nobody's business. And if you walk into a job interview, sit down and cross your arms, it's the kiss of death. You really don't want to be doing that. Fidgeting. So this conveys more like a juvenile, also insecure and uncomfortable position. If you can't sit still in a chair, it's not only distracting, but it's saying a lot about your interest level. Also, another fun fact, if you're sitting and your foot is pointed at the door and you're like kind of bouncing your foot back and forth or up and down, it's a sign that you want to leave. So keep that in mind. Just keep all of these things in mind. When you're in class, like chances are you do want to leave, but you're also letting everyone know that you're sick of the situation. What was that? All right. Staring. So I mentioned eye contact is key, but you don't want to stare into someone's eyes so intently that you freak them out. A stare down usually occurs before some sort of physical altercation between people. It's a way, like an animalistic way of us showing each other who's boss if we like focus in and stare at someone. So keep eye contact to, 5 seconds. Like you look at someone, you look away, you come back. You don't have to. When someone says make eye contact, they don't mean to lock a gaze and just stare for an hour. It's kind of like look at the other individual, move away, and then come back. Yeah, staring is almost inciting violence. So keep that in mind. Then there's the opposite side of the coin here. No eye contact whatsoever, especially in a job interview. or when you're communicating with somebody like a friend or a significant other. If you're not making eye contact, again, it's showing that you're trying to hide something, you're insecure, you're not confident enough to look at someone in the eye. I know in certain cultures, it's impolite to really make a lot of eye contact. But in, let's say, Canada, at least, in a typical job interview, you are expected to be making eye contact. This looking down and being coy will not get you far in a job interview situation. So everything I've just mentioned then combines to this closed posture, which is a way to ensure that no one will approach you, and it communicates just that you're not secure in your own skin, let's say. So a closed posture would be looking down at the ground, um, too afraid to, make eye contact with others. You're slouching, you're slumping, you just, like it's almost like you don't have enough confidence to just stand straight and project your best self. Holding something at your chest, whether it's a drink, let's say you're in a social situation, or you're at school and you've got your phone clenched against your chest or you're staring at it. Hands in your pocket, fidgeting hands, your hands are behind your back. Again, it shows that, oh, you just rather be anywhere else. And then if your feet are really tight together, it betrays, again, insecurity. So if you're in a meaningful social situation where you want to communicate that you're open to conversation, that you're actually dedicated to getting a job, or that you're friendly, compassionate human being, you'd want to use the open posture and not the closed posture. I would really advise you to check out some additional resources on body language, because once you learn all of the like secret body language cues, you will find that people will receive you a lot better, and that your communication will improve significantly. So keep all of these things in mind, and I hope you enjoy the rabbit hole that is body language. So this concludes the first installment of Human Connection.